How do you parse a day like this as a quarterback? Obviously, I know you don't want the 3 turnovers, but also 300-plus passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 42 points as an offense. Just how do you maybe weigh up the good and bad of a game like this?
Yeah, I think you look first at we got the win, and that's the most important. Definitely the way that we got there, and personally, I think, we get there a different way and score more points kind of thing. I think we left a lot on the table, even scoring 40 and 42, and so that's encouraging going forward, watching the film and being able to know that we can't have those turnovers moving forward if we're going to want to continue to win.
How do you kind of pull yourself back together after the interceptions at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, it's just, trying to just flush it right away and not really think about it. Kind of got to move on because the game's going to move on kind of thing. Just like when you have a good play, you got to reset and be emotionally stable so that you can move forward, good or bad. And that's what I try to keep doing.
Do you remember a moment in your college career where that didn't happen?
Like?
Because he called you a grizzled vet. When you weren't a grizzled vet, and maybe emotions got the best of you.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want any turnovers to happen. You don't want any negative plays to happen, and so being able to learn to adapt and stuff. Definitely early in my career, I probably would have managed it differently, but at the end of the day, I knew there were plays that I can't make anymore, and so just moving on is something I've learned.
Talk about Omar and Elijah, the number of balls that were kind of maybe 50-50, like they were well covered, and you put it up there, and they went up and got just, how nice is it to have that kind of security blanket where you can put it up and they're going to go get it?
Yeah, it's awesome. Those guys are great weapons to have, and I like my odds every time I throw the ball in that area. I just got to make sure that we can get their hands on it because they can make plays like they did today.
How tough does the conditions out there make it for you to throw the ball?
Today wasn't too bad. It wasn't as heavy rain, and so he had a pretty good grip on the ball. Our equipment managers did a good job as well as rotating balls and stuff, and so to keep it fresh. It wasn't too bad.
Kurtis, how big was that touchdown to Omar Cooper to end the half, just momentum-wise going into that second half?
Yeah, huge. I think it was something that we wish would have happened sooner, but it was definitely really important to have some momentum going into the second half. Brought a lot of confidence to me, and I know the rest of the offense, and as well as the whole team. Our defense was playing great to that point, and so for us to capitalize finally was important.
What are your thoughts on the fan turnout for this one?
Oh, it was fantastic. We're best fans in the Big Ten now. Appreciate everybody who came out, and look forward to many more turnouts like this.
Both with the crowd here and maybe just around town, around campus, do you start to feel the fans buying in more and more?
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, success brings a lot of attention, and the more fans we can get out, the better. And so, our job is to win, and their job is to show the support, get in the other team's heads, and kind of do it together.
How does an offense feed off? Again, I know you don't want the 4 turnovers, but I'm not sure Maryland even had a first down after any one of those 4. I know they didn't score after any of the 4. Just how much does an offense feed off a defense getting big stops, getting moments where you can feel the game might be shifting one way and they just push it back to you?
Yeah, our defense was amazing. Being able to not allow any points really off turnovers was huge, and something that we noticed as an offense. And so just looking back as an offense, knowing that the defense can make the stops, we can look at it moving forward and see that if we just continue to do our job, not turn the ball over, the margin of victory would have been much bigger today.
What do you feel like went wrong on the interceptions?
Just sometimes the eyes weren't in the right place, and just could make a better ball.
What stood out about Elijah's performance today?
He's just consistent. He's just always going to be reliable. So like why I like throwing to him so much, because he's reliable. He's always going to be there, and he's someone that I can trust, and that's going to make a play. And so he had a great game today, but he's that's the type of player he is.
You guys were able to get Donovan involved down there, get him a touchdown. I know it's been a slow start for him, but I guess how much could he add if you guys can get him more involved and he get more up to speed with the passing game?
Yeah, it's huge. It's something you forget that that type of guy is also on the team, and so glad that he could finally get involved and continue to use him moving forward, because he's a tremendous athlete. He's got all the skills in order to make big plays, and so I'd love to keep him involved.
You guys have been breaking team records week in and week out, now 5-0 for the first time since '67. How do you handle those and just move on to the next week?
Yeah, I mean, 5-0 is awesome. But it's not the end. We got to keep going and look to Northwestern next week. Offensively, we feel like we could do much better. We could have put 50, 60, up today, and so we have a lot to build on, and so we can't be complacent and just got to chase for the next week, win the next week. And not really look about the whole picture. Although it's great to achieve for sure.
What did the preparation look like going into this game, knowing there was rain and bad weather?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really look too much about the external elements. You really got to control what you can. Preparation was the same as every single week, knowing that if it's going to rain, it's going to rain, and you just got to be able to continue to keep that mindset that you can't let it affect you. To do the best you can and move forward.
Thanks, Kurtis.